And we are with Kirk Gostkowski, who is the artistic director of the Chain Theater. And we are about to learn a lot more about this company. Kurt, tell us about the Chain, how it got started, and what your manifestations are. What do you want to accomplish?
Well, we started 14 years ago. A bunch of kind of college kids coming out together into New York City, graduating from drama school, and we're lucky enough to meet someone who funded our vision. It's Jay Prasad was a great guy. He hired us to do a show for the Fringe Festival and was so excited by it. He said, "I think you should have your own company." And we all looked at each other and we were like, "Okay, so how's that going to happen?" He goes, "I'll help. I'll help." And then eventually he said, "I think you should have your own theater." And we're like, "Yeah, where's that coming from?" And Jay helped. He helped us navigate the business side of things, learning how to be a nonprofit. It was a really amazing experience, and the company's only grown from there.
Now, what school did you all go to that you all started this from?
Hofstra University.
And in Hofstra, what kind of shows did you do? What was your training? Where did you come from?
A lot of different kinds of training. They don't prescribe to one notion, so we did everything. Stanislavski, Meisner, everything under the sun. It was kind of like figure out what works for you. We were doing student-run productions as well, kind of on our own, because we were so excited about doing the work. So we'd be doing like the school play. We'd also be doing our own productions in the little theater when we had a chance. So we're really ambitious. Out of that original group, I am the last one standing. But you know, that's how it goes. You evolve and things change, and all great friends still.
Do they all still do theater, or did they literally leave theater?
Some people did. Some people are still doing things. But it's so different to start a company and say we're going to start doing plays as opposed to running a business. Was what this is. We run, we have a building that we have to pay for, and we produce other people's shows, and we rent the space, and we do a lot of different things. So it's become a real job, as opposed to a bunch of kids being like, we're just going to act and direct and stuff. So it's been quite an evolution.
What kind of plays do you look forward to producing at the Chain, and what kind of plays would you like to see get into there?
We produce all different kinds of plays. We started out doing revivals, and what was really exciting is eventually we started to get to work with those people that we admired so much in college. Like, I've had the opportunity to work with Eric Bogosian. We produced talk radio in 2015 before we met Eric. Got to work with David Rabe, and it's really exciting that we're getting to work with John Patrick Shanley on this One Act Festival. So and also creating new work. We have our play lab, develop 3 new plays a year typically, and we try to get something up in production. Really, really work hard on finding really great text, really great characters. I find myself often looking for plays that are about life in a way, because life, I've noticed, and a lot of our problems will always be and come down to and boil down to 2 people are talking and neither of them are listening. And every play I love, I have to forget, and I have to remind myself. I go, why do I love this? There's 2 people talking and no one's listening. And then hopefully by the end, they come together and they listen, or they don't, and then tragedy ensues. So that's kind of what it boils down for me in a little way.
Can you tell me a little bit about the festival? Because in all honesty, I didn't know about it. And I've been on panels for festivals because I help with the Summerfest and the Winterfest, and now the International Play Reading Festival. But can you tell me how yours works, how people can get into it, and how people can see it?
Yeah, our website's chaintheater.org. All 50 shows are on sale right now. We've been doing festivals since we started, pretty much. Like, I think the 2nd or 3rd year of our company, we started doing festivals. There became a lot of festivals at that time, so we kind of took a step back from it. We didn't want to just be a cog in the wheel. We wanted to be creating something new. After the pandemic And we were one of the first groups to actually get up on our feet again in our space by doing a festival. Because I said, how do we get as many people together as possible, safely, masked, the whole thing? But we did it. We had like 200 artists in that festival right out of the gate. And people were really excited about it. We know how to run it well. So we were able to really expand and meet new people. That's the greatest part of this. The greatest part of this is getting to see new people, see how they work. Artists are getting to put their plays up how they want to. We're providing board ops. We're providing free rehearsal space because we have rehearsal studios as well. We're giving people the opportunity to get their vision up, and it's a great opportunity. We open submissions typically 2 or 3 months before the festival. Got to give people time to get the play up. But yeah, it's been now since 2020 coming back. We started doing 2 a year, and they've only gotten bigger. So the biggest one we did so far was last winter. In February we did 70 plays in the festival. So, and they're all varying lengths. They're not all an hour, but some of them are. So it's like an hour and under.
So it's only one act, though.
Yeah, in the festival. We did try to do full length plays. This just seems like the best opportunity to give the most amount of people.
In doing the festival, have you had any that have gone to the next level from that?
I think really what the success has been that the playwrights and the relationships that have been garnered from that. And for instance, Matthew McLaughlin, I think is how he pronounces it. He did a full-length play with us that we produced, and we met him through this process of these festivals, actually. And Matt's play called This Goddamn House went on to win the Screencraft Grand Prize Award. So that was really, really exciting working with Matt. He's amazing.
The reason I'm asking this question is on this International Play Reading Festival, I'm on the board, and I've read all the plays, but there was a play. As soon as I read it, I knew it could win the Pulitzer. And I was like, okay, I need to get this out somewhere. But there was another play that was very, very good, but it wasn't a play. It was a movie. Okay. Too many people, too many sets, not possible to produce. Do you ever see that happen in your festival?
Very much. If it winds up feeling more like a movie and not a play, we'll usually talk to the playwright. If it's not viable for our festival, it happens, and it's a big curatorial process. We get a lot of submissions. We have a team of people reading them, and then we convene, and there's a voting process. So it takes a lot, and we become more curatorial as time goes on. But of course, you see genius sometimes. You get really lucky, and that's what we're looking for. That's what we're hoping for, is to meet new people, and somebody who just shows up and just blows your doors off, and you're like, I want to work with you.
There's nothing so thrilling, I don't think. I mean, when I like something, I'm like, I can't put it down. I reread. I dream about it. I expand. Do you do that?
Oh yeah, it's hard. Doing this is hard, and for people to write plays and put themselves out there, good, bad, or indifferent. Honestly, it's so hard, and I always take that into account. And always when we're working with people as a company, we always consider the fact of how brave it is to just put yourself out there in any way, because it's so could be so soul crushing or so affirming to be there for somebody, and that's what we hope to do as a company.
Yeah, I have to admit that when I read a play and there's so much lacking that you don't want to crush them, but you also know the industry. I'm kind of like the Simon Cowell, and I don't mean to be that, but knowing how much it costs to produce a play, how much it costs to market a play, and to know that it will not stand a chance. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's all part of the process, and we all deal with a lot of rejection. So I try to, and when that happens, I try to be as kind as possible. And sometimes it just doesn't work out too. It's like, this is not the right time or the right fit, or it's if it's not this one, it might be the next one too. So
one of the things I did at this festival is you could hire me, and I would write you up so that your name is out there, because if no one knows who you are, you're in trouble. I would tell them, hello, you're a playwright, You now need to have a website. It's very, very important. This is your resume. I would tell them to definitely video their production so that they have that and can put that up and get word of mouth. And then I would tell them how to get to the next level, because I think a lot of playwrights don't know how to do that. In your festival, do you nurture the playwrights to go further?
Absolutely, yeah. Really, this is about people being able to put their plays up the way that they want to. But if there's somebody who really gels with the company, that's why we're doing this, because we want to meet new people. So we encourage them. We sometimes they'll wind up in our play lab for full lengths, or just feedback.
I love that. What are you looking forward to in this particular One Act Festival?
I am very much looking forward to John Patrick Shanley's play, and the wonderful people that are working on it. And some of them I've had the real opportunity to work with before. Matthew McLaughlin, who I just mentioned, has 2 plays in the festival as well. I always love Matt's plays. I always love his writing. Jesse Eisenberg is producing a play called Catch in the festival, and he had his directorial debut for the stage with us actually in the Winter Festival, so that was really exciting. And Gerald Brunner, who wrote that play, I've had the opportunity to read it. It's a wonderful play. I really look forward to seeing how that comes out. But there's so many plays. There's so many exciting things happening, and there's 50 plays. And returning playwrights and people that we've worked with several times before. It's just great to get the word out there and everybody working together to make this come together. It's just incredible. It's a great way to spend your summer.
Does it thrill you that people like John Patrick Shanley and Jesse Eisenberg come to a One Act Festival to be a part of it?
Absolutely. It's amazing, and sometimes I sit back and I think about where we were when we very first started, of people that we just admired, and now I know them, and it's mind-boggling. But you realize that everyone, they're people, and they just have they're brilliant and they're geniuses, and they go out of their way to support independent theater, which is incredible.
Do you have a mission that you're trying to get across? Like, is there a certain kind of play or a certain kind of attitude or a certain something that you're looking for the chain?
We typically present very visceral plays. Aside from the One Act Festival, the ones that we move on to full length, but they're all over the gamut, really. And a lot of big issues, like What Passes for Comedy was a brand new play by G.D. Kimball. Brilliant. It was about a TV show in the 60s and racism in America. We produced A Will to Live, which is the story of Helena Weinrock. And she was in the Holocaust, and she just turned 100 last week or a couple weeks ago. Incredible woman, incredible story. Now we've grown. So we used to you'd feel like what was a chain theater play, but they do still feel like chain theater plays. We're just expanding. We're in this great period of expansion, I think, since the pandemic, and really testing the waters with new plays and new playwrights. And we, up until this last show we did a revival of Simpatico. We were doing all new plays since we came back from the pandemic, which was really exciting. Very hard to market and get the word out, but now we're getting the word out. People are realizing who we are. I mean, John Patrick Shanley's in the festival. It's exciting.
Is there anything that you would like our audiences to know about the chain theater or about Kirk?
Sure.
What would you like?
We have our International Film Festival running, starting this week, actually, on Thursday. And it's going to run till August 4th. 160 movies from all over the world. We've been doing that for 12 years now. And then it's immediately followed by this One Act Festival. It's going to be 50 plays. So we have a very, very busy summer. We'll also be opening up for full-length plays shortly for the fall. But if you're looking for a theater space, if you're looking for something independent and new, we're a great place to start.
And tell me where the chain theater is.
We're at 312 West 36th Street on the 3rd and 4th floors. We have 4 venues, we have 4 theaters, and 4 rehearsal studios.
And you heard it here. The chain theater is a theater that New York should support because it really elevates the way we see plays and how people can submit and show plays. I love the fact that John Patrick Shanley and Jesse Eisenberg are a part of this. I would like to thank Magda Katz for always making us look good, videoing us, and making us sound good as well. I would like to thank Chuck Armstrong for the lights, for his expertise, and for helping us get to that next level. I would like to thank Ramel Gopez and the Hotel Edison for always being there for us. I'm Susanna Bowling, and this is Live from the Hotel Edison, Times Square Chronicles presents.